that comes with it. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups. Rogers, Swimmer, 4-Killer Ravy, Stamper, and Rogers. That's the Tatum and Atkinson starting lineup for Cherokee. What do you watch when they're on the floor?
They are going to full court press relentlessly and go hard. And they average 20 steals a game, not 20 turnovers. 20 steals.
Flip over to the other side. We take a look at our Tatum for the Eagles. Ward, Cromartie, Baldwin, Smith, and Wooten will get the nod as the starting group. Tatum and Atkinson injured in a car wreck. Call the heavy hitters. And Tatum and Atkinson, sponsors of our starting lineups. Give me a word on the Eagles style-wise, Coach.
They're going to have to really, hopefully, the right people, when they get pressed after made baskets, they're going to have to put the right people in the right spots and get through that pressure.
You've been in a lot of tournament environments yourself over the years. A lot of ACC tournaments come to mind that folks are still talking about generations later. When you're standing in the wings and waiting for another game to finish, what effect does that have on you as a player, as a coach, when you're waiting for that overtime thriller to wrap up so you can hit the floor?
The coaches, we didn't really care, but the players, they were anxious. You know, they had their time when they're going to get out there. They have to stand around. It really drives them crazy, but you got to do it.
Other thing about it is the bar is set really high. If you have any compete living inside of you, the level of it is raised when you witness as a player what they saw looking on from the tunnel.
That's all. So right now, it's a big moment for the Eagles. The beginning of this game, they've never been here. And let's see what happens.
Here comes the opening tip, and it's going to belong to Cherokee. First shot for the Lady Braves. Rims off right side, but that size in the interior you talked about from Stamper allowed her to maintain possession on this end. Stands at 6'2". That size advantage you'll keep an eye on. Grabbed by Nene Ward, but it is taken right back. Here's Rogers, Whitney Rogers. That is too strong. You got a foul call. It's going to send it the other way. You're going to hear the name Rogers more often than not. Whitney Rogers and Maddie Rogers are sisters for Cherokee, wearing jersey numbers 32 and 1 specifically. We get a quick whistle, and the Eagles will have an inbound as Nia Wooten will work it inbound. And that's stripped away real quick. But
here comes that pressure. Here comes that pressure, and that was a good pass. That's where they got to get the pass under the basket. They don't need to pass the ball right on this side, right there.
That pressure is relentless.
Here he goes.
Trap there. It's going to work into the hands of Smith. Layla Smith all the way to the other end. Little touch. Layla Smith has the first bucket of the state championship game. Smith is a senior wearing jersey number 23. That's a jersey to wear in the state of North Carolina, right? This one's going to be off the side of the iron. Gathered up. 4-Killer Ravy puts a look on it. It's Stamper this time around, and it's cleared out of there by Daisy 4-Killer Ravy. She is the sophomore point guard. Now down the right side, and that's going to be underneath the bucket.
They have to take care of the ball. Turnovers.
Bit of a wild start between these two, and you can expect it with nerves in full effect. Board's cleared by Daisy 4-Killer Ravy. Here she comes up the floor. Little toss. Nice feed! And the finish from Whitney Rogers just as true.
Some of those offensive rebounds they didn't put in, they're going to go in here, and it's going to be, they just stole it.
Whitney Rogers puts it back. You notice the brace right away. What value there is to having her on the floor. She was a game-time decision with that hyperextended knee. What a decision it has proved to be, because in this sequence, she has brought the Lady Braves to life.
Nice player, nice player.
And now the initial South College free throw. South College, where dreams find direction, and Whitney Rogers has helped Cherokee find direction.
That's the fourth steal.
Underneath. Nice pass. True finish for Whitney Rogers. But that was created by Daisy 4-Killer Ravy as well.
Exactly. That was
takeaway from Swimmer. And just as Dadaye Swimmer was trying to gather it up, timeout is called for. A 7-2 run to begin things. There's that pressure you discussed for the Cherokee Lady Braves. Here's a vision of some of it.
They're just throwing the ball up in the air. She didn't know what to do with it, but they're going to have to watch what they do. You have, against the press, you have to put the right people in the right spot. And if they're not in the right spot, then you're going to have to dribble. And right now they're dribbling to get through it. So they're going to have to stop dribbling. They've turned it over 4 times, 4 steals already.
How well designed was that execution on this end of the floor by Cherokee as well? 3 players all knew almost instinctively where their teammate was going to be.
Exactly right. And, you know, they missed those easy rebounds back. Those are points, too. So he's just going to have to take care of the basketball, or this thing's going to get out of hand.
Back to Denia Swimmer, who had inbound. Here's a 3 from the corner, off the mark from Rogers. And, of course, Maddie Rogers. She's the sister of Whitney Rogers, who's already made her mark. Inside, Madison Rogers now in the scorebook as well. Both of the Rogers sisters making an impact. Quick bucket on the other end. Nene Ward can be explosive. Working into the paint. And it's tapped away. And even with the height advantage of Stamper, that's a little too tall. Fed inside. Trying to gather it up was Maddie Rogers. But it'll be possession Eagles.
All right, here we go. Here comes the pressure. Get rid of it. Ooh.
Taken away. And it was gathered up by Swimmer, who couldn't quite get it to fall. Here comes Smith. Free throws coming. Spot to the South College free throw line earned by the senior Layla Smith.
You know, Cherokee doesn't care about that layup. They don't care if you throw over the defense. You know, that happens once in a while. They're going to steal the ball. Most of the time up here before that happens, but they'll live with that. But they're unbelievable as far as pressure.
It is not that hard to see how Cherokee made its way through the state playoffs and to the championship environment. They are giving you a real snapshot of what has been their bread and butter, Coach.
Right. You know what they are? They're tall. I mean, they're tall, but they're experienced, and they're thick. They're girls. They're thick girls.
Very
they
scrappy. Really swarm to the basketball. I know that's a word you like, swarm, right?
Relentless. They're all over the place.
Think about your past history. Here's a takeaway for Layla Smith. Looks ahead now, and a finish for Cromartie. Ariel Cromartie, the junior, with a bucket. Well, that'll slow things down a bit. 9-7 score now. Into the hands of Ward.
So East is not going to slow it down. They're going to play the way they want to play. And the other team's not. He's not going to slow it down.
Long 3. Left side of the iron. Gathered up by Cromartie. And now it's out for Nene Ward. Nene Ward, she's got family connections. Her mom's been the statistician of Patty Evers for years, she said, for the last several years, as a part of these runs by East Bladen in the East. And a whistle as it was trying to work its way inside to Layla Smith. That's going to be against Maddie Rogers. Whitney Rogers comes back into the game as Fort-Killer Ravy takes a seat. Fort-Killer Ravy getting a breather here. And the inbound coming. Nene Ward going to have to hurry to get it in. And 5 seconds to call before she can turn it loose. There's the Cherokee defense showing you another way it can disrupt as you get a good glance at the head coach of East Bladen walking this side. Yeah, I loved it beforehand. Both these teams well represented. You'd never know with the lower bowl quite full. These two teams are battling it out for a Class A title. Their communities are well represented here. Quick transition to Ward. Ward going to look up ahead. Cromartie lays it in.
Those are the baskets that I tell you, Cherokee live with those. They're easy. They have to score in the half-court set. They can't do that.
And both fan bases have had plenty to cheer about. 18 points, split down the middle, 9 apiece.
Exactly.
You know, I asked one of these groups, how many you got here? They said, ask the other team and then add +1. How do you like that mindset? Competition even in the arrival here today. And the healthy kind, for sure, between these two teams. Out front to Swimmer, and she'll feed it to Whitney Rogers, who has been so true to begin things. Boy, don't you just love the teamwork you're seeing from Cherokee's Lady Braves.
I tell you what, they're going to keep going. This has become, they're going, they can keep running. And stealing. I think they have like 7 steals.
Kept alive by Whitney Rogers.
No good.
Well, you heard the absolute explosion of energy when they put up on the board the logo of the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Indians, reminding everybody playing for a nation, not just a state championship today. And they lead it in the early stages, 11-9 to the Lady Braves. Highly competitive and enjoyable first quarter, now well underway. Welcome back to our broadcast of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Class A Championship, brought to you by Riddle & Riddle. One of the questions on their minds, would Whitney Rogers play? Boy, has she ever, back from injury, leading all scorers with 9. And a 2-point lead for Cherokee. Traveling violation is going to send it the other way. Extra step before the attempted bucket from Ward.
I thought there would be a jump ball because Cherokee player had a handball, so should have been a jump ball.
Lofted out front. Kyla Moore into the contest for the first time. And a contributor as the lead grows to 13-9. Spinning and whirling down the lane. And one for Layla Smith, who has the basket, followed by a South College free throw due to this.
Really nice move. East Bladen has come into this game and said, we're going to run with them. And they are running with him. They're going to run with him, and I think it's great. They're going to keep running with him.
Well, worked out to a 1-point game so far, as the South College free throw is drained. South College, where dreams find direction, sponsors of our free throws in this first quarter. What are your impressions of this first quarter thus far?
Cherokee's going to make, they've missed a lot of offensive rebounds and putbacks. They hadn't put back offensive rebounds at all, but that's all going to show up eventually in points.
If that shows up eventually, going to be trouble on both sides. North Carolina three-pointer drained, assisting clients, self-requirements and treatments at home. That's an One-Care NC three-pointer. Smith not shy about moving toward the hoop with the basketball.
They don't have much movement in their offense. Really just standing around.
Smith coming a little closer, but the defense is arriving with her. And she's trying to play a little keep away. Eventually a foul will be called. We'll see if this is on Moore or Lily Lossy. You get a look at the coverage up top. It'll be against Moore.
Lily Smith at the line for 2 shots.
That's a 15th foul already. First personal on Lossy, and Smith knocks down the initial South College free throw.
If you're going to have a running game like this, it's going to be a lot of fouls. There's going to be a lot of fouls.
Already.
Oh, yeah.
To the tune of 5 apiece in this contest. And off the back of the ring. Up the floor with it, Marley Hicks. Look into the corner.
This playing's in the zone, so they're playing zone.
Moore tried one, wouldn't go. Somehow able to keep it alive to Nia Root. Last touch.
I tell you, those girls are relentless at Cherokee. They really go hard. Really go hard.
One thing to hear about it, it's another thing to witness it, and you can